Hello everybody and welcome to a very special MC Magic video. Today I am here on the Disney Dream with two very special guests. We have Charles Goldberg and Diamond Block. Everybody calls you Dio, but I guess Diamond Block. And you guys are the team behind this ship, right?
Yeah.
And just to clarify, you guys aren't, so you guys are part of your own sort of separate team called Nautical Craft that's working in partnership with MC Magic, right?
Yes, we are in charge of everything that's DCL related. With MC Magic, we build, just about every ship there is in the fleet. Two of them are done, two more are coming, and I believe we have Port Canaveral, which is complete, and a few other surprises that are soon to be released. So yeah, we're really excited. Fantastic.
And this is a recently released, like, sort of refurb or a new version of the Disney Dream, right?
Yes, this is the brand new remodel of the Disney Dream, a complete fresh start. Nothing has been taken from the old version, so if you've seen any of Rob's previous videos about the old Disney Dream, this is it has its features of the same layout, but it's completely brand new with extreme more detail. So it's great. It's a great upgrade, actually.
Fantastic. So I guess we're just going to walk around the ship and we're going to take a look at some stuff while I throw some questions your way that have been sort of picking my mind. So I guess first let's head on over let's go to the atrium. I think that'd be pretty interesting.
Great.
And while we're walking over, I guess the first question that really comes to mind is like, how did you guys get into, because these aren't the only ships you've created, right? You guys have created like other non-Disney cruise ships. So how did you get into just cruise ships as a Minecraft subject?
Well, we really started. Well, we've always liked ships, but I've started because my father's a travel writer, and this is what we do for a living, really. And we travel all over the world and review cruise ships. So I was always really in love with the idea of cruise ships and cruising in general. So just building it and knowing that there's a game that we could, recreate such a grand thing was really mind-boggling that we could do that. So that's how we really got into it. I don't know about Dio, but that's how I got into it.
So how about you, Dio? How did you get into this?
I saw something Charles did, and he decided, and I was like, I should build a ship then because it looks fun. So I built it, and I just kept evolving off of that first ship.
Awesome. Now, this is something that has been sort of really picking my mind as I walk along. So this is a 1-to-1 scale recreation, and all of your ship buildings are 1-to-1. Now, with the Disney stuff, I know a lot of the tools that they use are Google Maps related, but with something like a ship where you can't just sort of, I guess, pull up Google Maps, how do you guys reach that 1-to-1 scale?
Well, first of all, what we always try to do is always find the picture first on the internet. That's our main focus. And like me having the opportunity to have been on the Dream, that's a great tool we could definitely use. That's that's an experience that you could definitely, and your own pictures. But how we find the 1-to-1 scale replica is we go on the internet, such as other sites that have references about this length, width, beam, all those technical specifics. We will find that and we make the dimensions about it, and then we'll just create it. But deciding on how to make one thing's 1-to-1, I think that's just the overall experience that we've had making ships before. So I think, before our ships would not really as accurate, but now as we've, got more experience and we've built more ships in the past, I think we've really aced it how to make 1-to-1 ships perfectly.
Fantastic. Do you find that there are any challenges unique to doing ships as compared to buildings or another area?
I really think that one of the hardest parts you could always find is, after a while, on the Disney Dream, the bow is at a certain angle. So capturing that angle is really difficult to sometimes capture out of way. But it is also, with experience and, and trying again and again and again, you're always going to get like I said, when you try more, practice makes perfect. But when it comes to the interior, that's where the hard part comes in with finding videos, your experience of when you've been on the ship, if you have, going online to find pictures and YouTube videos and, like I said, pictures of your own is really the best way you could learn how to and then of course the deck plans also are significant help on how things are laid out.
To bring the focus sort of back on the Disney Dream specifically, I'm going to ask both of you to take me to your favorite part of the ship, whether it's something you personally built or just the favorite part that you enjoy being at.
Well, I think the entire ship's a great favorite of mine, but if I have to choose a favorite, it would definitely be the atrium and deck 3. That's where all the main restaurants and the theater are and the shops, where I put a lot of effort there. So that's a lot of work. So we can go there first.
Okay.
An innovative thing we did on the Disney Dream was these maps that we made, but then we used Pixelator to bring them here, make it easier and less laggy for everyone. So it tells you where you are, what section, deck, so it's really easy. So we're going to take this all the way down to deck 3. Let's go. This ship, I think, has a total of 14 enclosed decks, so it's one of the biggest ships out there.
Wow.
Yeah, very, very big.
Compared to the other builds you guys have worked on, where does this fall in terms of scale?
This is it's one of the biggest. I think
this is the second biggest ship I've worked on. The first biggest was Freedom.
I think so. Yeah, this is one of my. I don't know. I made a lot of big ships, so.
You've made like the top 3, I think.
Yeah, I made
Oasis, Epic.
Yeah, which are soon to be coming out again. But yeah, this is the atrium right here, the grand atrium when you walk in when you first board from that door right there. Actually, get in from the terminal. And this is where they welcome you aboard with your family name, and this is where your adventure starts.
This is beautiful. Now, looking at an area like this actually sort of raises a question. I know with a lot of large builds, it's very typical for people to use tools such as World Edit, but something like this looks very dynamic. So I'm wondering, when you guys are building, how much of it do you find is it like using tools versus just hand place blocking?
The atrium and most of the interior is done by hand, actually. So, because you really can't, world edit like a specific wall angle or anything like that. Everything is very much, the interior is really block by block, honestly, unless like, the carpet, but everything is really by hand. The only thing we actually use world edit for is when we're stacking the main balcony cabins, and we just do that. But everything else is mainly done by hand.
Wow. So let's check out Dio's favorite part of the ship.
My favorite part... we would have to take aft elevators, actually.
Which is that?
It's all the way down, and it's the alarm system.
Oh, the engine control room.
Yeah, in case there's a fire.
This is actually the
know.
animator's palette, right? We're walking through right now.
This is World.
Yeah, this is the main dining room. One of the 3.
Animator's palette is down this way.
Yeah, this is the grand hallway that connects the 2. Which is actually this was a little hard to make, but it was like it was giving me issues. Yeah, and then this is the control room, and here it is. So yeah, this is where everything is controlled around the ship. Here we actually do behind the scenes tours it's only on MC Magic, because this is the only server the Disney Dream is actually showcased on at the moment that's public. But this is where we do this is actually in real life where they control the ship. Oh, it looks like we have a fire. We have to go check that out soon. But this is where we show guests, and we have an interactive experience, and this is part of a mission we have around the ship where we have a fire, and we have to go put it out, actually. So we have to go put our fire out, Rob.
Oh my gosh, let's go do that quick.
Let's go, hurry. Engines are on fire. Gotta put it out. Gotta put it out.
Now I'm on fire too. Oh no.
Hurry.
Oh wait.
Don't get in there.
Oh. There's nothing special inside there.
I
think I've only suffered first-degree burns. I think I'm good.
Save the ship. That's the most important thing. But yeah, this is the quick segue. This is the main engine room.
Yeah.
Where everything is powered. I think Dial, because you made this, you could talk about this, not me.
Yeah. There are 12 engines, I think. I don't know what I put in here. I just put the same engine.
They're what model are they? I think they're Wardzilla whatevers.
Yeah, Wardzilla whatevers. And yeah, 6 V12 engines, and I have this thing over here which does nothing.
This is just like pipes.
Yeah.
I was about to ask, when you think about parts of the ship that would mostly be off limits to guests, how do you guys go about sort of showing that off in a build if you can't reference it?
Another thing, one thing I think we do is we find the specifications like I talked about with the length and width, and sometimes most of the time it also talks about the engine types and the models and the horsepower and how many there are. So that's one thing we know for sure, that there's that many of that kind, and so we know what type of engine we're going to be putting in the ship first of all. And then that comes the hard part of actually finding pictures and hopefully praying that we find an actual crew layout area, which is like once in a blue moon, honestly, or it's like waiting for the eclipse upon the tides. So that is like waiting forever to find that. But yeah, sometimes
this ship
is really difficult.
A picture. We actually got a picture of it.
Yeah,
of this area specifically. The other area, I had no idea.
So yeah, the other area we know there's ballast tanks, which is what helps to keep the ship stable, as well as fuel tanks. So we know that it's in that area. But then having that one picture was really helpful to make sure we know where things are.
I guess this is a question for both of you in terms of, you guys have you've put together all of these great ships. Is there a ship or a project, like a build project in mind that is like your dream project that you haven't gotten to yet?
Actually, I have a few. I'm working on one right now. It's the Celebrity Solstice, which is one of my favorite ships. Really modern, ultra. It's by Celebrity Cruises, built in Meyerwerf, Germany, Papenburg. So that's coming very soon. But I have all of my projects are my favorite because I put a lot of effort into them. But that's one ship I really can't wait to finish.
Nice. How
And
about
this
you,
is-
Dio?
Yeah.
I prefer making yachts over ships now, so I'm actually working on a new yacht that will be coming out soon.
Awesome.
Yeah, which I've been wanting to see, but you haven't shown me.
I'll show you one day.
Probably when it comes out. But this is the main bridge, actually. It's a segue. This is where the brain of the ship is controlled, and this is where all the decisions.
This is
This is
the
where
control center in the event of a fire.
Yes, this is where Captain Mickey takes helm and takes the supports.
Oh, fantastic.
Okay.
Is this another part of like sort of one of the tours you guys run?
Yes, we
Yeah.
show all the crew areas mainly.
That staircase is something you would take in the tour
Yeah.
to get up here.
Yeah, that's like exclusive to get up here.
Did you ever find when you were working on a ship and you were sort of recreating it, since your goal is to primarily recreate what is already there, do you find areas where you think like, well, if I was designing the ship, I would do this differently to make it better?
Oh, always. There's always no ship is perfect. There's never such thing as a perfect ship. There's always flaws because we're imperfect and we don't know really any better. But yeah, I believe there's always room for improvement because especially when a ship comes out, there's it's if you think of it, it's like a beta testing a new ship, especially a first class like the Disney Dream. She's the first of her class with her sister the Fantasy, which is coming very soon, actually. When she first came out, there was a few problems that they fixed in her sister ship when she came out. So like a lot of like space, like a lot of lounges that weren't really used and people didn't like, they completely changed them to the things they would like. So it's always a beta testing. So there's always a rough draft, and this is a rough draft, but of course they modify it so everyone's happy.
Do you find with a build this large, how do you start something like this? What's the starting point? Where do you put that first block?
I think the first block is always about I think the bow and the height of how high does the bow go, where does each deck start, how tall you're gonna make each deck. Like the entertainment decks we made on 4 blocks tall for a detail, and the rest 3. So that's which is the appropriate height for how tall decks are actually in real life. And the Disney Dream has some taller decks, some bigger than others. So that was hard to find out which is taller than the other. But that's actually where we start first, the bow always. And then we have the side of the ship, the cabins, which is the main balconies, in the front, the bridge area. And then it's always the exterior first. And then we go in the interior, so it's easier.
I have a question for you guys. I think MC Magic builds like this are very inspirational for players who want to get into building. So I guess if you could give one piece of advice to somebody who wants to get into builds like on this scale, what would it be?
Definitely organization and pictures, and specifications of how big it is. That's definitely one thing you definitely need to start.
And just to clarify, for people watching who want to explore this, the server IP is mcmagic.us, and once you get through the sort of starting area, you just have to do /join DCL, and that'll bring you here to, Port Canaveral? And you've got the parking lot. I remember the parking lot. That was a lot of fun.
That was really fun to let the guests make more cars. And we were thinking I want to do it again because that was a lot of fun. I want to fill the rest of the parking lot and the parking garage because that was actually a lot of fun to have guests participate. I really actually like that. And it's also less work for us, so that was fun.
You guys have been working on ships for a while. Has there been like a addition to Minecraft that you have found either helped or maybe made it more challenging to work on these ships? Maybe like a specific block or something like that?
I don't think we've actually have any difficulties when there's more additions to Minecraft. That's actually what we ask always. We're always wanting more stuff. It's easier to build. But a few different things we really loved are especially the quartz, like right here. We can make windows. Stained glass is extremely helpful. What else, Dial?
We need wool stairs.
Yes, we need wool stairs and wool slabs. That'll be our dream. If wool stairs and wool slabs come out, and more colors.
And like if we could use wool, like how the snow works, if we could do that with wool, that would be the best.
Yes, it's
So,
a
I'm gonna make black hole yachts.
Minecraft
Microsoft, if
builder.
you're listening, wool
Please.
stairs, all of that. Let's
We're waiting.
get all that.
Yes, get on it.
And I guess lastly, So what's on the horizon for you guys, both as Nautical Craft and as Nautical Craft working with MC Magic? Anything we should be keeping our eyes peeled for?
With MC Magic, definitely keep your eyes peeled for the next. Actually, the Disney Magic is going to become unveiled very shortly with Castaway Cay. So that's going to be the private island that Disney Cruise Line owns. So keep your eyes definitely peeled out for that, because that's going to be amazing. I can't wait to finish that. But also the Disney Fantasy will be coming very soon, and then the Wonder will be started. I don't know when, but it's going to coming soon. And for Nautical Craft, I think Dio, you could talk about that and how we're going public again.
Soon we're going to be starting a new server, which is Harbor and City, and it'll be open to the public, and you can come sometime. Build yard open.
Yeah, we'll be opening soon. We do not know when yet, though. It'll be very soon, though. But we're going public again. We're really excited.
Fantastic. And now I also know you guys have a means to see sort of all your builds. I see you on Twitter talking about Planet Minecraft. Is that a way that people can check out what you've got built so far?
Yes, that's my main way for me to for you to see my latest products. I've just unveiled a few actually recently, including the new Disney Dream, which you can get. You could also follow me on Twitter at Charles Goldburn, and which also is also attached to my PMC, so which is the Planet Minecraft account. So definitely check me out there.
I have PMC, obviously. That's what I have all my main stuff, but I've just recently started YouTube again, so you can go subscribe there. I'm the Cool Pool 1 on YouTube and Diamond Block on PMC.
Cool. And I'll have all of this stuff in the description below. Charles, Dio, I want to thank you guys so much for giving me this little tour. This ship is fantastic. It's a fantastic build. I suggest anybody watching, like I said, hop on the server, check it out in person, because it's so much more impressive when you're walking around. And there is so much more. We've only taken a small look at things. But I want to thank you both for joining me and answering these questions. And I want to thank everybody who's watching. Whatever you're doing this week, make the most of it, because it makes it so much better. And I hope to see you all next time for the next Rob Plays That Game video. Bye, everybody.
Bye.